Yo, alright y'all, man, we got Too Lazy to Try. He will be linked in the description below. He makes great videos. We got Joe Rogan snaps at comedians for being ungrateful for the Austin comedian scene. I'm not really new to I'm not saying new, I'm not really hip or whatever the word is onto the comedians and what the beef is, but I seen from American Redacts, whatever his name is, make videos on like the Austin or the Texas versus New York, and I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't really know. Like, but let's get to this drama, man. Let's get into this shit.
It's like denying that Austin is an amazing scene is just stupid.
Yes.
It's just stupid.
Well, yeah, it's like
and also, don't you want another great scene? There's so many bitches in this world. There's so many bitches. And those bitches never get anything done. They just sit and bitch. And this and that and that and this and that and this.
Yeah.
And nothing ever gets done.
Yeah.
They never progress. Like my friend said, it's a walled garden. That's what it is. It seems like the people are having too much fun. And if you're not there and if you don't have aspirations to be there, you feel bad about it.
All right, so it looks like Joe Rogan is still struggling with criticism of the Austin comedy scene. He's been complaining about this for a while now, and it's funny because he always acts like he's above it. You know, he doesn't read comments and doesn't care what the haters think, but it's obviously getting to him. So that's why he has to tell himself all his critics are just jealous losers. You know, because obviously the only reason someone would make fun of Joe Rogan in the Austin comedy scene is because they're just bitter. They don't get to hang out with Tony Hinchcliffe in the green room of the mothership, which Tony is actually responsible for the most recent round of hate Austin is getting, because Louis J. Gomez claimed New York has the best comics in the world. So Tony reached out to him to argue that Austin is better and listed off all the comics there. And two of the top comedians he named were Roseanne Barr and Bert Kreischer, who I don't think even...
Yeah, no, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be rude to like the Bert Kreischer fans or whoever that is. I think there's like your shtick or whatever is gonna get old at some point. And I think him taking off his shirt is kind of getting annoying. Like, from what I'm not even a fan of him. I'm just like, from what I've seen the video. I saw a video of him, like, I guess kind of falling down or spiraling out. Not just him, with a whole bunch of comedians, and it was like every fucking thing he had besides that podcast was shirt off. Like, man, come on, bro.
Lives in Austin. So the fact that one of the top comedians in Austin is a guy who takes his shirt off for a living that doesn't even live there says enough. But Tony is delusional and he really believes Austin is better. Same thing as Shane Gillis' producer. He got really drunk one night and started going off on New York and defending Austin on Twitter. So the both of them and Louis J. Gomez kind of started a New York versus Austin comedy beef. I mean, Louis has been talking about this quite a bit now, and other New York comedians have chimed in too, like Mark Norman and Dan Soder. They're basically like, no disrespect to Austin, but the New York comedy scene is better, no question about it. So for Tony to even try to argue this was pretty stupid. And he started this drama right when it seemed like things were starting to settle down a little bit for the Rogan sphere. You know, because last year they're getting a lot of shit, and it became popular for comedians to make fun of them. And you could tell it was really getting to Rogan. But he was able to put some people in check, and the criticism from other comedians died down quite a bit. But I guess there's still some tension there, and now Tony and Louis started a LA versus Austin feud, which Rogan is definitely annoyed about, because also when Louis talked about this debate with Tony during a Regs episode a few months ago, he even took a shot at Rogan's club, which was a bold move.
The average comic, the guys you don't even know about, like blow the guys in Austin away. Like, absolutely, all the guys who are doing the mothership, that small room, every one of them that moved from New York couldn't even get on stage at the Stand. Couldn't even get on stage at the New York Comedy Club. These guys were failing in fucking New York. That's a fact. It's an absolute fact.
Trying to start a war.
No, it's no war. They know what the fuck's up. They left New York because they couldn't cut it here. Let's get real.
So I'd imagine Rogan saw this because he mentions Louis trashing Austin, and he tries to be like, it's just a stupid debate. Why can't we all get along? But you could tell this definitely got to him. And he brings up one of the points that Tony made about why Austin's better. And he kind of makes it sound like Louis conceded.
Because of that, I'm very pro Austin. Because, like, man, if you buy in, look what can happen. Like,
yeah,
there's
you shouldn't.
Stuff you
no
can do.
one.
I mean, like, I'm not trying to be rude. I don't know who this guy is. Is he like a comedian? Because who is he? You know?
Not be pro Austin. It's funny because Louis and Tony were going back and forth and arguing. Like, Louis shits on the Austin scene.
Right.
This New York versus Austin thing is the stupidest fucking thing of all time. Like, they should both be awesome. Who cares?
Yeah, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary, like, infight. It's like catty girl fighting. It's like, why we both clearly can exist in a space where we can also help each other. The New York guys are always here, and I feel like we're always there.
But the point is,
Mm-hmm.
what
He's a comedian.
Tony and Lewis were going back and forth, and Lewis said, well, L.A. isn't even in consideration anymore as what's the best place for comedy in the country. And Tony goes, agreed. And why do you think that is? What do you think happened? Where'd those people go? And Lewis is like, oh, shit.
So it'll be interesting to see how Lewis responds to this, because he's been pretty passionate about this topic, but it's clearly bothering Rogan. And after everything that happened last year, he's really defensive of Austin. So it would take some balls for
What
Lewis to
happened last
double
year?
down here. Because also right after this, Rogan starts talking about how ridiculous it is to act like Austin isn't a great comedy scene. And then he goes off about how comedians are too ungrateful and complain too much. So Rogan is just fed up with people trashing Austin. And I'm sure Lewis is kind of nervous.
Bro, from what I understand, it's like, okay, I've seen more comedians on podcasts that I've seen on a stage. And maybe that's because they got to promote, which is obviously true. But, like, I'm seeing more takes on podcasts than shit on a stage. What is this? Maybe because I'm not a fan and I'm not in the comedy world. But, like, goddamn, everyone and their mom got a podcast.
Hearing this. Also, after Rogan rants about this is so funny. His guest brings up comedy commentary videos, like this one, and he says he watches them, which Rogan tries to laugh off, but you could tell he's dying inside. He's like, really? Why would you watch those?
Denying that Austin is an amazing scene is just stupid.
Yes.
It's just stupid.
Well, yeah, it's like
and also, don't you want another great scene? Do you want a limited amount of options for comedians? Don't you want more comics and more comedy?
Right, and more places for you to end up performing.
Shut up.
Like now you can go to Austin and spend a couple weeks there and get a lot of time and learn how to talk to people here.
There's so many bitches in this world. There's so many bitches. And those bitches never get anything done. They just sit and bitch. And this and that and that and this and that and this.
Yeah.
And nothing ever gets done.
Yeah.
They never progress.
Yeah, man, just video essays. I watch all the video essays.
That's
yeah.
so funny.
Like, it could be a palette, like not palette. He could be like pioneering or whatever the word is to the comedian world. But like again, I don't think majority of people know Joe Rogan off of him being on a stage and telling a joke. And like it could be wrong to say, but like, I think that's facts. I'm gonna be honest to you. Like I think more people know him off of his podcast, which is, I'm not saying it's a bad thing because obviously he puts a lot of work into it and stuff, but like I think more people care about his podcast than his comedy career. But like again, him having his name and having a or a little, not little, I'm sure it's big, but like a little comedy thing or whatever, a comedy I guess a place where you go to like to do comedy show play. I don't know, I'm not in the comedian world, don't hate on me for it, but like I think him doing that probably helps out a lot. But like again, I don't think majority of people know him for comedy. Like I think the guests are funnier than him. Like Theo Von, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, Shane Gillis. Like I think majority of his guests that are comedians are funnier than him. It's not a dig.
So
watch
funny.
those.
It's just so funny to me because the whole concept that Austin has ruined comedy is very funny to me because there's so many comics that are blowing up outside everywhere all the time.
It's just silly.
It's
It's like my friend said, it's a walled garden.
So I'm sure Rogan absolutely hates that a lot of his comedian friends watch these videos.
That's the trash.
Love
people.
him. Too lazy to try. My favorite.
God,
thing
that
in the
guy's
world.
videos. How does he get them up so quick?
The other one. I can't think of the other
Beige
one.
frequency. Oh my God, what
Elephant.
an artist! I watch them all. People act like they don't watch them, but comics watch them all.
Well, Too Lazy to Try is
if
my
you make a
favorite
video
thing on
about me,
earth.
I promise you, I'm watching that video.
So make sure you leave Lewis a comment. Let him know if he should double down or not. I mean, he's not wrong. New York is definitely better than Austin, but
I mean, yeah, if it's true, it's true. Double down on the truth. Stand on the truth.
I think Rogan was probably mostly pissed about Lewis saying that the New York comedians that moved to Austin and perform at Rogan's club moved there because they failed in New York. So we'll see if he walks that back or if he just stops talking about this. I mean, even before Rogan went on that rant, they seemed a little stressed out about it on this podcast. Like Joe List, you could tell, is really worried about getting caught up in the drama. he was trying to separate himself from it when Lewis brought up Shane Gillis's producer going off on New York.
I did
Lewis
see
was
that.
trying to explain the beef, and he's like, so you remember a few months ago we were talking trash about Austin on here, and then Joe and Bobby Kelly are both like, that was all you. Then Joe starts glazing Rogan and Austin, which he's being sarcastic, but you tell he's uncomfortable and he doesn't want to be part of this, because
Fair.
then he keeps saying like, it was all you, it was all you. Then Lewis starts freaking out at him.
And did you see any young comics in Austin who's Lewis?
I walked in and didn't even know about this.
What is, I have no idea what's going on either.
Me
What
neither.
is happening with what?
Twitter
What's
war.
up?
No, we talked shit on this show. We
You.
all did. We all did.
You.
We all did.
Wow.
No, you.
I love
What's
Austin.
up? Backpedaling.
We all did.
Austin is number one in the world, which means universe. Best city. Easy.
Let's not get carried away.
Best queso.
Best barbecue.
I love Barton Springs.
So anyway, we talked shit on the show.
You talk shit.
All right, we did this.
I love Rogan.
We got it. So
Rogan
yeah,
rules.
we went through the list of comedians that were better in New York than they were better in Austin.
You're the one that added anyone that moved to Austin fucking couldn't hack it.
Joe,
New
who are
York.
you fucking afraid of? Lemaire, shut up. We got it. You're afraid of these people? Who fucking cares?
No, you little bitch.
fucking
Take
pussy.
your fucking credit for being the
No,
one that
it's
said
on
that.
video.
Bringing up the clip.
Hey.
And right now we're going to edit it in. Thanks
You
for watching
said
that.
everyone there could
there's the
crack
evidence.
it in New York.
Danny,
Let's just
they
be
didn't
real.
edit the shit
I
in?
stand by that. I stand by the fact that
Lemaire said something nice about me, okay?
What did he say?
He said, no, he's good.
That's all you got to say
Nah,
to
he's
Joe
good.
to get him to turn on
No,
his
he
friends.
didn't even say anything.
I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, what happened?
So Joe already seemed nervous about this, and now that he knows Rogan heard about it and isn't too happy, he's probably really worried. I mean, Rogan is on high alert with this stuff, and he's not afraid to call out comedians anymore after he snapped at Mark Maron. And also, him and Schultz put Andrew Santino in his place. He was talking shit about the Rogan sphere, then Schultz called him out, and he walked everything back. So Rogan is losing his patience with this stuff and gets offended when his friends say anything bad about Austin, because it was already getting bad PR, and now Rogan spends a lot of time trying to clear up the misconceptions about the Austin comedy scene.
It's just like, we got a good thing, man. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's just a fun place to be around. Everyone just working jokes. That's what it is, really.
Yeah.
It's so funny. There is such this narrative outside of the ship about what Austin comedy is, and it's just really just a bunch of people just doing jokes.
The narrative is only with jealous people. It's
I mean, no shit, it's just jokes because you're a comedian. I'm not trying to be rude, but like, I mean, what else?
not based on any reality. It's not based on people who go there and hang out.
Right. Well, it's always these people who love to talk about Austin, but they don't talk to anyone in Austin. It's like there's a bunch of comics willing to hang out and talk to you.
I think I've told you this before, but I have a friend of mine who's, somewhat of a philosopher. But he warned me about this a long time ago. He said, you've created a walled garden. And he goes, and you've got all these friends, and you're all supporting each other, and you're all having fun, but there's a lot of people that feel on the outside, and they feel like left out of it. And so they're like, fuck those people. That party sucks. It's kind of along those lines. And, if you could find some...
Dude, I think if Austin sucks and it's bad, and you're trying to cope off of it, it's just not going to help your situation. But again, I don't know the comedy world like that, but
connections to other negative things, like me and Tony, we have this connection to Trump, and so does Shane, and there's all sorts of that. Oh, fucking, you got to be a right winger to be, and then the narrative comes up. Oh, you got to tell jokes about fucking trans people. You have to, you can't be a liberal. You can't be a this.
So of course Rogan writes off all the
What the fuck's he
criticism
talking
as
about?
people being jealous haters, but even some of his friends have criticized the scene. So the cope is hilarious. It's the same thing we heard from Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, Brennan Schaub, and we all saw how that went. But let me know what you guys think about it all down in the comments. And make sure you check out the Patreon if you want to hear about Theo Vaughn exposing Tucker Carlson for having the same handler as Rogan. And Rogan got called out for being a Luciferian by Kurt Metzger recently. And Tim Dillon made fun of Erica Kirk and upset a bunch of people.
Tim Dillon,
And there are over 160 other exclusive videos, so there's a ton of stuff. If you're a fan of the channel and want to stay up to date with everything, make sure you check it out. It's definitely worth it. I'll put a link in the description.
December 10th, 2000.
oh,
But the point is,
gave you a little pre-head start. Let's read these comments. But have you ever heard of the AI cover of Many Men? Okay. The best comedy say things to make people clap, not laugh. Maybe, I don't know. We're truly living in the gayest times. Could be, bro, because like I'm not trying to be rude. Like why do they what are they beefing about? That some places are they have better comics. If it's true, it's true, bro. Like why is he over here bitching and crying about it? I get it, bro, that you want to be right and you want this thing. I get it, but like, bro, if it's true, it's true. Shout out to Too Lazy for going through the pain of watching these podcasts so we don't have to. Yeah, I'm with him. Like this is getting out of hand. Comedians talk about comedy is the most boring chat in the world. I'm with you. Like I just don't understand. Like I don't think I could understand what they're talking about. Like if I knew, I probably would understand. I just like it's annoying. Really. Rogan needs a safe space for that shitty midcore comedy. What comedians like himself? Yeah. Yeah, you guys gotta let me know what you think about this, man. I'm not in the comedy world like that, so I probably really would give you the best answer on this shit. But to me, it sounds like if New York has better shit and Too Lazy to Try said it. I mean, I'm gonna take his word on this. It could be wrong, but you're just coping Joe Rogan, and doesn't mean Austin is trash. Like, hey, bro, if you're top 3, you're still top 3, right? You're not top 5, you're top 3. That's still good, right? You're not first, bro, but you're also not in last place. So like, you don't need to be crying, bro. You know.